manual hospitals, meaning that you can access your medical file in any hospital once the act is enacted. Mumbi Shege tells us more.
Exercise on the proposed regulations under the Digital Health Act aimed at doing away with the use of manual books in hospitals has kicked off in earnest. The Ministry of Health is targeting to have hospitals countrywide adopt the use of technology when it comes to patients' medical records by doing away with books and having all documentation done digitally, which can be accessed at any hospital.
And for a long time, we have operated multiple systems in different facilities, from the raw paper systems to some form of technology in our healthcare facilities. To leapfrog, we can be able to shave several years, if not decades, towards progress to achieve better healthcare by using technology.
Through digital records, the Ministry of Health says that a patient can walk in at any medical facility and access their entire medical record, which is key in facilitating diagnosis and treatment.
We want to create a superhighway into which all these multiple streams or multiple forms of technology can be able to plug in and be able to have visibility of the data from any facility. The Digital Health Agency will be able to support the counties, the private facilities and the faith-based facilities to ensure that they can be able to plug into this superhighway.
This comes even as the government vowed to put in place a strong data protection framework to safeguard patients' records against any form of misuse or even being accessed by unauthorized persons.
We have worked together with the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner to ensure that the data sharing then we'll be able to have many facets of approval before that data is shared. And we're working with through the DHA and other agencies to ensure that that data that we host is safe and protected in a secure environment, so that as we continue to offer services, then the data quality is not compromised.
Mumbi Chege for K24.
Community health promoters might continue to offer services without pay following the failure of the mediation committee to reach a consensus over the county additional allocation amendment bill. Members of the National Assembly are calling for the withdrawal of the entire bill, which includes a stipend to community health promoters amounting to 2.58 billion if the Council of Governors does not withdraw a case filed in court over the road maintenance levy. Ian Keitany with the detailed report.
Opinion, DK.
For the second week running,
Are you not a member?
If there was a vote,
the 18-member mediation committee drawn from the Senate and the National Assembly met to deliberate on the county additional revenue allocation bill. However, the scenes witnessed last week were yet again replayed, heated exchanges between the members ensuing.
we cannot be sitting here and we are heading nowhere.
The back and forth on whether the bill should be totally expunged threatens to further pile onto the misery of the community health promoters, who have gone for months without pay, with 2.58 billion meant for the CHPs, among the key issues to be deliberated upon by the committee.
We have CHPs who have, up to now, 5 months have not been paid. And I would really support if this can be done and let them be paid their spirit. It's not salary, it's for little money.
And I hear everybody is talking about CHPs because, really, and as the co-chair said, they are an important component of the realization of the UHC. If you're giving them a stipend of 5,000 or 2,500, then you have to chop off either the allocation to them individually or fire some of them so you can pay others.
Let us not use the issue of the suffering health promoters to push some agenda here.
This follows the impasse on whether the mediation should continue, following the decision to drop the issue of road maintenance levy, it being a matter before the courts, with members of the National Assembly in the committee calling for the entire bill to be expunged if the Council of Governors does not withdraw the case filed in court on the road maintenance levy.
Let them withdraw the case and we come and proceed. And another option is, let us prepare a new bill that has no RMLF inside and we go on with the process. But I can tell you, Vice Chair, even if we sit here until morning, That is the facts. That's the stubborn facts that we are facing.
His sentiments vehemently opposed by senators in the committee.
I am waiting to make my comments on those other issues apart from the RMLF.
The soil lawmakers' sentiments on adjournment of the session were backed by the legal counsel representing the National Assembly, who argued that continuing with the session was likely to put the National Assembly in a corner, with the House being one of the respondents in the court case. However, the Senate's legal counsel was of a different opinion.
If this forum proceeds to consider the county government additional allocation revenue in any form, it will actually undermine our defense in court. The aspect of sub judice affects us as the National Assembly, and therefore it is not in our best interest to proceed to have this forum consider this matter.
We see no basis upon which we are precluded from considering the other issues in the bill and coming up with an agreed version that the two houses may pass under Article 113.
The legal team found itself on the receiving end, with senators and MPs engaging in accusations and counter-accusations.
The legal team is only given the position of the National Assembly. You guys should have independent minds. What is in court is only the RMLF, it's not the CARA.
We have an exchequer problem in this country, and everyone knows it. But what the National Assembly is doing is that they are cascading that exchequer challenge into a budget problem.
The committee now finds itself at crossroads, with the time being of essence, as the House is set to go on recess. The committee is set to meet again next week to try and solve the impasse. Ian Keitani, K24 TV, Nairobi.
Services at the Kenyatta University Teaching, Research and Referral Hospital were paralyzed today after medics and other support staff downed tools to protest working conditions at the Level 6 facility. Led by representatives from two unions, the workers asked the Ministry of Health to urgently address a number of grievances, including sexual harassment, working for long hours, and a waiver of staff medical bills for those in critical care departments, among others.
Barely a week after the suspension of KUTTRH CEO Ahmed Dagane of allegations of irregularly awarding a 287 million insurance tender, the hospital's staff took to the street to demand the removal of the chair of the hospital board, Professor Olive Mugenda, who sent Dagane on leave pending investigations. The angry medics repeatedly chanted Mugenda must go, a demand that was prompted by claims of mismanagement of the hospital. They also demanded Dagane's immediate reinstatement.
Kama Dagane atarudishwa, masani mangapi? Hiyo ndio kauli ya wafanyikazi hapa. Baada ya hapo, hatutaweza kupeana huduma kwa wananchi.
The protesters also called upon the Ministry of Health to urgently address a number of grievances, including sexual harassment, working for long hours, and waiver of staff medical bills for those in critical care departments.
Their demands are simple and they are cutting across all the employees of the hospital.
Na lile baraza ambalo linaamua maamuzi ya vile hospitali itakavyoendezwa ama endeleshwa. Na hiyo ndio shida kubwa mahala hapa. Kama sio hiyo, wafanyikazi wangekuwa wanalipa malupurupu yao wakati inafaa.
The medics also want payment of nurses and doctors' uniform allowances, risk extraneous allowances, and radiation exposure allowance for staff working in radiology.
We demand, we don't request, we demand the immediate resettlement of our medical cover. Failure to do so will result in the withdrawal of our services. Yes. We further demand reimbursement for those who have incurred medical expenses during the period the cover was suspended. Yes. 2, persistent interference by the hospital board into day-to-day operation.
We say, yes, if the 3 demands are not met, yes, within 24 hours, it will be a total paralysis of the hospital services.
The industrial action caught patients by surprise, leaving hundreds stranded at the wards without medical attention as the workers held demonstration in the hospital compound. An attempt by members of the management to address the press was thwarted by the medics, who shutted them down at the administration block entrance. The unionists, led by Dr. Vincent Oyengo of Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union, and Justin Kinoti for the Kenya National Union of Nurses gave the hospital management 24 hours to act on their demands or face withdrawal of services. A memorandum from the Kenya National Union of Nurses noted that the critical issues have led to dissatisfaction and frustration among staff, with its Secretary General Seth Panyako calling for the disbandment of the hospital board for infringing on the medics' rights.
Kwa hiyo tunasema kwamba huyu mwenyekiti wa bodi inayosimamia hospitali hiyo ya Kenyatta University Teaching and Research and Referral Hospital aondolewe pamoja na bodi yake.
Busara Naman, K24 TV.
Well, we'll take another break at this point. We'll be back with more updates in a short while.
Mozart Casino Jackpot. Zungusha gurudumu la furaha. Kuwa mshindi. Mozart Bet.
Baada ya kutumia damu ya Yesu na mwili wa Yesu Kristo, shine, shine, shine. You shine and you shine. And just in the name of